stress on this. Sadhu Maharaj, Nrsimha Maharaj. External and internal. No? If I look at myself externally, so many bad things in my life, external life. And if I go inside and look inside, even worse. Yeah? What is our position really? And what is the position of the Vaishnavas? What do we really know? No? There is a story. One little bird without a feather still. He was curious and he fell down from the net. So was at the floor, very cold, couldn't fly. So he started chirping, helping, to ask for help. Cheep, cheep, cheep. I was crying. Cheep, please help, no, cheep. It's cold. Then one cow came by. The cow saw the sheep, the bird there. What can I do? And the cow, how do you say you? Levantar. Levantar. Yeah.
Took up.
It took up the tail, no? And just splashed. No? He covered the sheep with a very nice, warm, big shit. Cow dung. So the little boy started, oh, what's happening here? Why this? I mean, hey, cheap, cheap. I mean, I was cold and you also put shit on me. Oh, I'm here inside, I'm here suffering, and you put shit on me. Cheap, cheap. They start again, strongly. Cheap, cheap, help, help. And then a fox came by. Very nice fox. And they look at oh, you're suffering there. Cheap, cheap. And the fox took the sheep out of the shit. And they cleaned the shit out of the little bird very nicely. He cleaned it very nicely, some nice water. He cleaned it very nicely. And the bird was very happy. Oh, he's cleaning me. Cheap, 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 cheap. When it was so clean, then he ate it. Made just one morsel of it. So sometimes we really don't understand what is bad and what is good. No? Because we don't know really reality, what reality is. We can make our consideration of reality, the reality that we live. As Maharaj was saying, each one of us lives his own reality. But which one is our real reality? And which one is the real reality? So, we rely on our consideration, and we don't rely on the mercy of the persons who really have a consideration of what reality is. He said that sometimes we hear devotees also, or anyway, people chanting bhajan very well. And we say, oh, such a great soul chanting like this. But maybe the devotee has not a real bhava inside. Internal is not have the real connection with the spiritual world. No real connection with the soul. And we are making offense, thinking that is doing a real bhajan. Sometimes we hear something that is chanting not so well outside, but he has real connection, and we think, oh, he's not in tune, he doesn't know how to play. We make offense because he has real. So we don't have any kind of tools if we rely on ourselves. Which is the relationship between us and the Vaishnava. If we don't know who we are, who the Vaishnava are. There is a text, that Paropa Deshe Pandityam Sarvesham Sukhamam Nirinam. Means that to be expert in instructing others is really very, very easy. To be expert in speaking to others about the truth is really very, very easy. But Dhammes Viyamanushtanam Kasyachitu Mahatmanaha. But one who actually practices what he preaches is a great soul and is very, very rare. So, what is our relation with the Vaishnava if we don't know what Vaishnava is and what we are? Keshava Goswami Maharaj says something like, it's like the relation between a son, a newborn son, and the mother. The newborn son doesn't know the mother, doesn't know that she is the mother. No? He just takes milk because the mother knows that he is his son, her son, sorry, and he gives her milk, even if the son doesn't know that the mother. Then when the son grows up, he understands, oh, she's my mother. So the Vaishnava, they do the same. They give us mercy even if we don't know we are receiving mercy. We just take that mercy, and then one day, hopefully, we will understand where we are, who we are, and we can understand who the Vaishnava are. We became so grateful to them, really. Because really, it's not possible to express the grace that Vaishnava throw to us, give to us. In Vrindavan there was a saintly person, Vaishnava, who every day was going madhukar, and begging for something some ale to eat. Some chapati, anything people were giving to him, he was accepting. There was an old lady, she was very much upset of him. He was always chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Radhe Radhe, Radhe Shyam, always like this. Not other kind of words. And people were giving him something to eat. But this lady, the first day, she just told to him, you go away please, don't come here again, you disturb me. And he, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Shyam, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Second day he went again, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Same lady, oh, still you're here, go away, I told you already, you go away. Radhe Radhe, Radhe Radhe, always very gentle, without being disturbed. Third day, she was cleaning the house. In India, the houses, huts are made by mud. So when they clean the house, they use cow dung. After the fox take the bird away, they use the cow dung with some water, and they clean the house with that. Okay. So she was cleaning the house with this bucket of cow dung and water. And she said, okay, I have to tell him to give something because he's asking for something to eat. So she took one cloth, very old cloth, very dirty, put some cow dung inside this mixture of cow dung and milk, and throw like this to him. And the Vaishnava took it. Hare Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe. She gives this to me. Okay? Krishna gave this to me. So she went to the Jamuna river and she started washing this cloth. And she washed very, very deep, became very, very clean. And then she started making some strip. No? She made strips. This cloth very small. He had some ghee, someone else gave to him. And he made some ghee lamps. And he offered these ghee lamps to the Lord. Next day, he was also, as usual, going around, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, asking for alms. And the same old lady, she saw him from distance. She says, please, come here, please, accept. She became so gentle, Please accept this. And she gave him something to eat. Okay? And why she became so gentle? Because of Sukriti. Because what she gave to the Vaisnava used for Krishna, and the result went to her. So even if we throw things in a bad manner to the Vaisnava, they are so gentle that they turn completely our heart to a clean place for Krishna to enter. They do this. We are not really doing this. Mahaprabhu said, you gave us the Hare, the Maha mantra to chant. You gave us your name, but I have not desired. Maharaj was saying we should chant the Maha mantra to please the Lord. Chant the Maha mantra to serve the Lord. Not to chant to clean. Also, this is there, also not natural. But we don't have this kind of attraction. So we don't have really this kind of desire to please the Lord. We are chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I have to finish, I have to do so many things. That is true, we have many things to do, But we are given this kind of process, that even a little time we dedicate, but properly to it, gives a very, very strong result. But if we do it just like this, doing other things in our mind, then it's not. We don't have a result. We have the opposite result. So we don't have desire, but they help us to develop this desire. Krishna is giving us the desire. Krishna is doing everything really. The Vaishnava, through the Vaishnava, is doing everything really. So this we have to take in mind. Where am I, and where should I go, and who is bringing us there? If we become aware of this, then we really can use the tools in a proper way. Even in this world, we have these machines, okay? And we use it. It's GPS inside, Everyone knows where we are. Sometimes also we know where we are. So we want to go to another place. What do we have to do? Just, I am here, location, my location. We put the direction and the GPS give, okay, you can go this way, you can go this way, you can go this way, and we follow it. It's a very good tool. So when we know where we are, as Maharaj was saying, when we know where we have to go, and when we know the importance of the tools, and we understand how to use those tools, it became very easy. So it's a process of, going always deeper inside and respect everyone else who is also going deeper inside. I mean, that's what we should do in this process when we stay together. We were talking about developing a lovingly relationship. You know, obviously we make mistakes, obviously we have some attitude, but at least make it an effort when we are this and all together and try to offer this respect of the time of everyone. Sometimes we want to say something to somebody, but we don't pay attention if that somebody is in the position to listen to us in that moment. He's doing something, externally washing something or watching the sea or anything, chanting, anything. But we want to say something to him, and so we rush. Hey, Prabhu, blah, 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 blah. Before even understanding if he's listening to us, we just throw everything out of our mouth to tell him. It's happened in the family. It happened. No, maybe the husband is working and smart working on the computer, and the wife is coming from the kitchen to another room. He pass by to him and say, "Hey, remember tomorrow we have a dinner to our friends," and he's working there. She said this. Or even the husband, maybe the wife is putting something on her face, doing something, and he say, hey, remember that you have to go to buy these things, for example. And then after they don't do what they've told, the other person told them to do. Say, hey, come on, why you didn't do this? Why would you pay attention? But you didn't tell me. No, I told you. And there is crash. And it happened even with us here. Because every one of us has this, so if we slow down a little bit and think, okay, each one of us is occupied in his inner, trying to go inside, trying to chant, even doing something, I don't know what Maharaj is doing when he's sitting there in the room. Maybe externally I see him just sitting and making some massage, but what he's doing inside, where he is. One day I was in Maiano Sabina, is a place near Rome. We have bought 9 hectares of land, and we were working there to make a temple. There are 4 brahmachari there. One of them, Devanath Prabhu, was disciple of Srila Bhakti-Rasa Goswami Maharaj. He was with a gamsha, and all day long with this, how do you call this tools that with the wheel that you...
Cart.
The cart, with the cart. Yeah? Carriola.
Wheelbarrow.
The wheelbarrow, yeah. Bringing things to one place to another place, no? And I was doing other service there, and looking at him, all of a sudden he stopped, he looked at me and say, hey, you see me here working with this cart, okay, bringing things from one place to another place. But I am actually in Mayapur, playing the mridanga and doing sankirtan in the street with thousands of beautiful devotees chanting the holy name of the Lord. But I was seeing him just with the cart. So I think that, okay, I can tell him something and, just because he's there. No, he's not there. I don't know where he is. So my guru was saying, my previous guru, the guru that gave me some instruction on Guru Tattva. He told me, you go to the people, obviously also sometimes I don't do it, but the way is, you go, wait from distance, and a way that they give access to them. No? Then the communication can start. So this makes our life much easier. Shabbat Thakur in one song says, devotee, they are not cause of anxiety to anyone at the cost of their own comfort. It's okay. We are in the process. We are starting. We are trying. We are making our effort. But we have to be at least conscious of how to direct our effort. Okay. We are surrounded by so many beautiful souls, so many nice people. Here we came, we saw this man, Mr. Antonio, tranquilo, no? He's here smoking cigarettes all day long. Sometimes you don't understand, but maybe yes, saying bad words to people who don't do what he wants them to do, because he's running this place and many things in his mind, you know. So externally we see this. But the other day he was making an exchange of messages with the lady who helped me to find this place. And he wrote a message to her because she asked him, are you enjoying the company of these people? And he said, oh, so much. My depth of gratitude towards you is eternal. I never knew a spiritual path so truthful, so sincere. So the impression that we leave to people is not by our words only. It's especially by our actions, by the way we act, by the way we put in practice the words we hear and the words we speak. Sanatana Goswami and Haridas Thakur, they had a discussion in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's written, no? And Haridas Thakur was asking, who is the master, the real master, no? And Sanatana Goswami told him, there are people who preach very well, but they don't do what they say. Okay. There are also people who act very well, but they don't say to others how to act. Okay. But you, he said, you are the master of the universe, because you preach and you act the same way. What you do, you say, and what you say, you do. No? So this is, don't focus on how people act externally only, but be aware that they also have a world inside. Okay? And we are trying to go beyond the material world inside to enter the spiritual world. We are making an effort, and the more we do it, the more we have taste, and the more we have the needs to give something to others. So sometimes it can happen that in the enthusiasm we want to give everything. No? Remember the first time I was going outside and in Sankirtan, I was so enthusiastic and so passionate to speak to people that in 1 hour I was telling everything. So I wanted to make them pure devotee in 1 hour. So we can have this idea of giving, because they are giving the best things to us, the Vaishnava, but we have also to be aware, as Maharaj was saying many times, was stressed many times, of what they can receive. No? Because we cannot put 2 liters of water in one bottle that can only hold 1 liter. It gets waste. No? So, and Maharaj always say about sensitivity, no? So we have to be more conscious that we don't have really the tool on understanding also this. where others are, because we are running, acting. So we need a time of digest, like the digestion. We eat, and then there is a time for digesting. Okay? So same, we need to breathe, to give ourselves the time to enter inside. Because all the things that happen, that everything that the Vaishnava tell to us, okay, we can understand something that moment, but we can understand something else another moment. We can understand something else years later, lifetimes later. That's why it is said that the words of the Guru you keep in your heart like a treasure. The first Guru, Bhakti Madhurya Maharaj, as soon as I arrived there and I wanted to enter the kitchen, he said, oh, you keep away the taste of the things. You take away taste of the things. Told me this, And many years after, okay, I understood that moment, okay, I'm not a good cook. Okay, this is true, no problem. Many years later, I understood something else different. I understood that anything I do in this world, with my bodily conscious of life, I'm taking away the taste. Because the real taste is not here. Real taste is when I am aware of my spiritual being. So when I am connected with God, when I'm connected with the Vaishnava, there the real taste is. So anything I do here, I'm taking away the taste. So I'm the cause of not having taste. Maharaj was saying, no, I'm doing this, but I don't feel taste. But how I'm doing this? I am doing this process. Mandavati, disciple of, it was from ISKCON before, the disciple of Sripad Maharaj. One day he told him, Maharaj, Gurudev, I feel very sad. I'm useless. I'm not doing anything. I haven't reached any real realization. Shashram looked at him like this. They were on the Jalangari. Look at him like this. He said, what? You spent so many lifetimes to get this human body. Now you are here, you are getting also sadhu sangha. How can you say you don't reach any real point, any proper point? How can you say that? No. So we made such a long way to arrive here. We have told that from here to get to the spiritual world is a real long way. It can, we can need millions of lifetimes. But the way we did it, the time we spent to arrive here is much, much, much longer. Much longer. Yeah? So we have to be grateful that we are here with this body, with the Vaishnava. We can get a real treasure of this. Where is our mind? Where is our heart? How we focus on what we are doing? This is a process, a personal process, obviously. It's something that we have to understand ourselves, but it's something that I please ask you with real humility to think about. It's not just a question of being here, say something, or listening something, no. Actually, everything we do, all the books, all the what we listen, everything we do, everything is just one meaning, to make us develop some bhav, some feelings, some sentiments inside our heart. And feeling doesn't mean all of a sudden, oh, I have love for God. I mean, to have love for God is not such easy things. No? But, we sentiment, feelings need also, as they say, for everybody else. Obviously, we can say if you don't know God, if you don't love Him, you cannot love others living beings. Also, that's true. Also, but how can we develop other feelings, other sentiments if we don't have feelings for our own family? The other day we were saying that we enter into the devotee community, and the other people are just karmi, something bad. Maharaj explained, no, karmi and dharma, so the real karmi are the one who are doing the things properly and in this human body. Yeah? But we think, oh, we are devotee, they are karmi. No? So are we developing proper feelings? Do we love our family members? The Vaishnava in India, they say, have a feeling of attachment, a feeling of love for our family members is natural and spontaneous. It's something that is there. Okay. So if we have these feelings naturally and spontaneously, then from there we can start going on and slowly have feelings naturally and spontaneously also for other living entities. For all living entities. We are struggling every time to make communities. We want to stay together. But what is the purpose of staying together? How we can really stay together if we are following this way of being in the center ourselves, as we were saying until now, no? Okay. Because when we don't have feelings of others, that means that we are the only one who are important. Okay, how can we build community in this way? How can we make community if we don't realize that we are really in a community? We are already in a community. We are not alone. We are not. We are all individual, and we are not alone in this world. We are here, and we live thanks to the water, thanks to the air. No? Thanks to all other living beings. We are just part of other living beings. And all our living beings, they are doing their dharma. We don't feel we are into the community because we don't do our dharma. That's why Ramananda Roy is told to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you have to reach the starting point of Varnashrama Dharma. When we actually practice the understanding that dharma, dharma, one meaning of dharma is the equilibrium, universal equilibrium. If each one of living entity perform his duty, everything is perfect in equilibrium. And from that point, we can understand that there is another, this Sanatana Dharma, and we go ahead. From that point. So we also have to take care of ourselves, and as we said, also of our body, just to go beyond this also. In these years, in many years, we have seen community built because, we have to become devotee, because we have to take care of spirituality, but most of the devotees, they just want to take care of spirituality because they don't know how to take care of themselves in this material world. So then after they have a lack of spirituality because they do process for the many years, they don't have any feelings, any taste, and they never had the taste in the material world, so they are there in no position. Because we can really start our spiritual path when we have realized our material demands also. Okay? obviously, there is what we say until the beginning, the strong mercy of the Vaishnava. This can bring us from any position and give us the real position. But we need to be aware and to be grateful of that. When Narada Muni and the story of the king that he wanted, the child, Chitraketu, Angira. When Narada Muni and Angira Muni went to visit Chitraketu Maharaj was warning because he wanted a child. The spiritual master wanted to give him the truth, but he wanted a child. So he said, okay, now we give him a child. Then after, when he will be satisfied in his material demand, when he will understand that material demand cannot satisfy him, material desire and cannot satisfy him really, then we will give the truth. And this happened. He got a child, he got all the experience of the happiness of having a child, happiness of family life. Then the child died, so he had also the experience of suffering in the material life. And so then the guru came again. So he gave the mercy before, satisfying his material desire, but with the vision of satisfying his spiritual desire. But he knew that he couldn't get the spiritual understanding until he had his mind occupied in his materialism. No? So we don't know really where we are, we don't know really where we want, but they know. So we start from having faith, really, and rely really on their mercy. So everything will happen. In a moment we will find ourselves in another atmosphere. Because nowadays we think, okay, this is the material world, so we do something to go to the spiritual world. It's like the Christians. They say, okay, now we go to the church, we make our process, and then one day I will go to the paradise. Same. But Jesus Christ told them, no, spiritual world is here, in the midst of you. No? When we go to the sadhu, to the Vaishnava, spiritual world is there. When we chant the Harinam properly, spiritual world is there. The spiritual world is here. We have to enter into it properly. Shashla Maharaj used to say, we want to go to the spiritual world, because everybody of us, I want to be a gopi, I want to be this, I want to be that. We want to go to the spiritual world, stepping on the head of the pure devotee, stepping on the head of our gurus, because they want to be dust in Vrindavan. So what is our position? What is the position of the Vaishnava? What is the position we can reach? No? When we understand really this, then we can have a proper starting point. No? I mean, every time, every moment can be a starting point, obviously. Okay? But something that it is really required is kripanya, or dhanya, humility. And humility, Shasha Maharaj starts only when you really understand the position where you are. Means you really understand the miserable position where you are. At the first, when I heard this, I said, oh, well, really, this is a miserable position that I am here in this world, and I'm not there. Then I understood, oh, it's a miserable position that I'm doing bad things. I'm doing bad things, I'm causing anxiety to others. No, this is a miserable position. And really, there's also many levels of understanding the miserable position where we are. We are miserable, as we said before, because we are not giving ourselves, and so we are not giving others who are in contact with ourselves to taste the nectar that we should taste. This is a very miserable position. We think that we are getting pleasure in so many things, while the real pleasure is in another place. Oh, you, son of the nectar, son of the ocean of the nectar. You have taken birth to taste nectar. So don't allow yourself to don't be to be happy without tasting that nectar. It's Mundaka Upanishad, no? Maharaj used to say this. So this is, and when we really see the Vaishnava, we really are in front of a pure devotee. No? Say the devotee Vaishnava, the Vaishnava, they are the one who bring Krishna here. Huh? Krishna says, I'm not in Vaikuntha. I'm not in the heart of the yogi. But I'm there where my devotee chant my glories. That's why Krishna is everywhere, because everywhere there are devotees. Okay. So when we approach a devotee with this spirit, it's like when we are in front of the ocean, or we are in front of a mountain. It's like when we are in front of something very big, and we see ourselves very tiny. For contrast, no? You see a pure devotee, say, wow, so many qualities. Where am I really? I am so far from this. Okay, this is the first feelings that we should feel when we are in front of a Vaishnava. But the second thing is that due to their mercy is, wow, I have lots of potentiality. Potential. I have a lot of potential because I can go there. I have the potential to be like them. So these two feelings that we feel. So we get humility and enthusiasm. Lots of enthusiasm. They are giving us the best gift. They are our best friends. No other friends like them. So if we appreciate this and we really are grateful, we became grateful for everything we receive, we became satisfied. So in this way, our mind will go less and less disturbing, and maybe we can start feeling something inside ourselves, and we can join them in this chanting the Maha Mantra for the glory of the Maha Mantra itself and for the pleasure of the Maha Mantra itself. So, just a few words, sorry, I'm getting warm. I want really to thank Srila Bhakti Rashar Swami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Sundar Sadhu Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Vedanta, Bhakti Chakoran, Singha Maharaj, because with their presence, and I want to thank each one of you individually, really, because with your presence, this Mela was, for me, it was something exceptional. It was something that I want to taste them more and more and more, again and again and again. So really, thanks. Forgive for any inconvenience, obviously. And thanks for tolerating me. I mancha kalpatarvya